Right, time series. This is the last bit of this topic before we, or the data analysis topic before we do our SAC, which will, Ms. Walters and I will talk about second week next term. At this point. Who knows what will happen, but at this point that's what we're working at. Alright, so time series is not really anything different than what we've been doing in the past. The reason it's called a time series is that your explanatory variable, it has something to do with time, whether it's days or hours or months or years or whatever.
That really tested my eyes. Wait, it's not? Ew.
So it's any data where the explanatory variable EV is time. And that time doesn't have to necessarily be hours or seconds or whatever, it could be any unit. No, so it could be months, days, could be seasons, you know, autumn, winter, summer, any of those kind of things. And then what we do with them is we analyse them in a similar way. All right. So, we can get some patterns. So, patterns. We can talk about the trend in our patterns. So, trend, what we would talk about, trend is increasing or decreasing. So we might have something like this. And remember, this is time. So we might have something that goes like that. And so that trend, as time goes by, that trend is to increase. So here we've got an increasing trend. Or of course it could go the other way. Like that. Goes down as time decreases, so we've got a decreasing trend. Alright, so nothing new there. But something that time series can have are things called cycles. So cycles are things that would change up and down. Periodic movement. Periodically. So, for example, if you had an ice cream shop and you're selling ice creams, you would expect you're going to sell more ice creams in summer than you're going to sell in winter. So that would be a normal cycle of things going up and down. And often they're greater than 1 year, these cycles. So it's something like this. something like that one there, where every fourth one, if you like, in this case. Alright, so here's the cycle, so every one I've got indicated there is about every fourth one. We take, ignoring what's going on here, but every fourth one's a high one, and then this lower one here and here again occurs in the same kind of spot. So that would be cyclic. Now, if you have cycles that are shorter than that, then they would call them seasonal. So the example I gave before about the ice cream sales fits better into a seasonality than a longer cycle. It's again every summer you'd be selling more. So it fits more into a season. So this is periodic movement over a shorter time. And that could be week, month, what can I call that? Weather seasons. Etc. So, when in these terms of this, when we talk about seasonality, we're not just talking about autumn, winter, summer, spring, although we could be. That could be anything. All right, and it will be similar to that. So I might have, say, so January, Feb, March, etc. You might have something that goes like this, etc. Something that goes like that. It's seasonal. So while it looks similar to here, these are shorter time periods, whereas here these might be a certain number of years, so that might be 1990 for example, this might be the year 2000, this might be the year 2010 or something like that. So these are long cycles, these are shorter cycles. Alright, so there's a couple of other things for time series. That we apply to time series, that not for other things. One's called what we call a structural change.
So is this like another pattern?
Yep, this is another pattern. So this is a sudden change. In the pattern. So that might be something like this. Where you got things going along up here. All right, and then all of a sudden, got a big drop, and then things. Right, so it's going up and down here, and then bang, all of a sudden drops, big drop down, and then up and down again. So we would say that this here is a structural change. It's a big change in the pattern. Because if we actually put a trend line in each of these, the slopes of those trend lines are pretty similar, but where they go through the intercept here is a big change. So it's a structural change, and of course we can have outliers. So outliers individual values which stand out. So something like this. Something like this. We've got this point going along, and then all of a sudden, bang, drops down, then bang, back up. So this here, we're looking at that being an outlier. And then the last one, if you can't fit anything into any of those, you just call it irregular. So irregular or random.
Oh, I think they're turning the aircon on. The window wasn't.
So it's any variation using the above ones. Simple as that. All right. So, class pad, putting these on your class pad. Pretty straightforward. You can do it the same way as we did before. Now I was going to run through this, but they took my TV off the wall.
Oh, I was on. It was there for like a day.
Yeah, well, I was going to move it across, so I said, Hudgie, move it across. We'll come back and do it later. I said, no, do it now, Hudgie. We'll come back and do it later.
He's probably off mowing the lawn somewhere.
And he hasn't come back to do it later.
What's his favourite thing to do? Not. What he's meant to do. He's meant to
Take
mow
you
the
2
lawn.
minutes and it would have been done. All right. Now, as you can see on the sheet here, often when we are doing time series and graphing them, we might have things that are years. All right, so when we get that going by years, like this one here is 2011, 2012, and so on, we can put those numbers in our calculator in list one, and it's going to work out okay. But sometimes the calculator has a bit of conniption with these numbers, just and try and get your graphs. So what we do to get around to that is we use what we call a time code. So here for 2011 we might use time code 1, time code 2 and so on. So that when we then put it in our lists, so list 1
It's not such a big number.
and list 2, it's not such a big number yet. So we put 1, 2 and so on there in our list 1 and list 2, so that it's not such a big number and there then the calculator. So then as your sheet shows you, we've now got that data there in the top box. So I've used year number or my time code. And then in those lists, then I've used an XY line. It's handy using an XY line for these, what are they called? Time series, thank you. Old age, short memory loss. Because then you can see. So this particular one here that's there, what can you say about this particular one?
Outlier.
It's got an outlier, quite obviously, yep. Anything else about it? Positive, yep, so it's got an increasing trend there. Other than that, it's probably about it. Alright. And I think that is it.
Ooh, good one. And
Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out Synno online, Physics with Synno.
Wow, plug in your other programs too.
Yep.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because all my